Bombay, I received a copy of Madalsa Narayan's article and showed it to Prabhupada. The article, which had appeared in the major papers, praised Prabhupada and ISKCON for their work in respiritualizing society. It was especially significant because of all the accusations being levied against us. Where she had sent this article, Prabhupada asked. In some of the newspapers in Wardha and maybe Nagpur. She had written very nicely, Prabhupada said. Good writer. She picked up the essence of the movement. And he asked Gopal Krishna to publish the article in the next edition of Bhagavad Darshana, the Hindi counterpart of Back to Godhead. The next day, December 31st, a
Can
local
somebody post the
reporter came to
message?
interview Prabhupada.
Can somebody post the message that it is started in the group? Sorry. Anyone can post. Mataji, you continue reading.
The next day, December 31st, a local reporter came to interview Prabhupada. Facing challenges. When you impart this knowledge to Western disciples, he asked, and when you talk to someone who is in India, what difference do you find? Indian men refuses this culture. Prabhupada replied, Indian leaders beginning from Gandhi and all do not know what is Indian culture. They have forgotten. Would you like to include Gandhi also in that? Oh yes, otherwise how it can be? Andha yathandhar
So
yathandhara.
Prabhupada is saying you will include Gandhi also in the ones who don't know what is India's culture.
Yes, yes.
Very bold, huh?
Andha yathan, yeah.
Fearless.
Andha yathandhar yathandharai
Yathandhair.
yathandhair upaniyamanaha. The blind
Upaniyamanaha.
upaniyamanaha. The blind leading the blind. But he was the one who also preached Gita and but he did not know Gita actually. Recently had been in his ashram. There are maintaining the chattai and lanterns in memory. What is that? If Mahatma Gandhi understood Gita, he should have introduced it in that ashram. Where is that? The chattai food arrangement is there. That is done by his disciples and not by him. He never. That means he could not make his disciples correctly. That is true. That is
Okay.
true.
So someone is telling, who is telling this?
Reporter.
The reporter
Reporter.
is telling that the disciples are arranging all this chatai and all. He is not thing. Okay. So he could not make his disciples correctly. So he is telling that the disciples are not trained properly.
Therefore, he did not know. Now, see how within 10 years my disciples are working all over the world. I am sitting here, but still my business is going on. You have to train in such a way. The deity worship going on. They are now opening different branches, establishing deity exactly in the way I have trained. It is a question of training.
So this is a time when Prabhupada was having only disciples. But now he has disciples, great grand disciples, great grand disciples, and all, right? And they are also opening temples, they are running programs, they are doing so much. I just recently was into Surat and I heard from the devotee there that one devotee, Gurukul devotee boy in Mayapur, he from 4 years old he was doing services and all, and he did so many different things. He read complete all of Prabhupada's books, all the memory books of Prabhupada just before 16 years old. And in 16 years old, he had built a beautiful game with all the different temples that Prabhupada opened and Monopoly kind of a game. Remember Chanchalpati Prabhu, that Beyond Life game is there with Gita. Similar to that, he has a game for all the temples opened, and each one of those you can play the game and go to there, and that story is there, and you have to discuss and all those things. So such an amazing thing, just 13 years old. He's a grand or great grand, whatever you want to call it. This is the beauty of Prabhupada. There may be here and there some crazy things will be there, some deviations will be there. But that has nothing to do with Krishna consciousness. Everybody takes as whatever they get it. They the way they perceive it, they conceive Krishna consciousness, right? So if Prabhupada is very clear. So that is very important. So training is very important, as Prabhupada rightly says here. Please carry on.
Gandhi manufactured. The Bhagavad Gita was spoken in the battlefield and he wanted to draw the conclusion of non-violence. What is this? Krishna says, Kutas tva kasmalam
Putastva
idma
putastva kashmalam
kutastva.
idam vishame
Yeah. In this
samupasthidam.
in this battlefield, you are talking nonsense. That I will not fight. He says so, and Gandhi wanted to make it non-violent. Violent. Just see how from the very beginning he distorted, and people accept it. Yad yad acharati shreshtaha. He was a shrestha leader. So whatever he will say, people will accept. The whole India became spoiled. For weeks after Prabhupada's visit to Wardha and Paunar, he expressed his
Chagrin.
chagrin
Chagrin means that he doesn't like. Dislike,
chagrin
basically.
chagrin that despite the conference participants and local people's claim to accept the Bhagavad Gita, no one was actually worshipping Krishna. Not even at Mahatma Gandhi's and Vinoba Bhave's ashramas, because their leaders didn't accept the Bhagavad Gita as was presented by Krishna.
As it was presented by Krishna. Mataji, can you zoom a little bit?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, this is perfect.
Anybody wants to read?
Yes, we have a few of our eager readers. Who wants to go first? Kamalni Mataji, Gaurav Prabhu, Chanchalpati Prabhu. It's so cold, Chanchalpati
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna Prabhuji.
No. Am I audible, Prabhuji?
You are very much audible. I am inside my office hostel. There is pin drop silence. You are perfectly audible.
May I read, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhu. Chitra Mataji, you know that I am in Pune, right?
No, Prabhu.
Oh, you don't know.
No, where are
Monday,
you located now?
I am in Ninjavadi. I am in my office campus.
Oh,
I
okay.
I will be coming to Kunjabihari class on Monday morning.
Monday, is it? Okay.
But you'll be working now.
I will be, and this Sunday, Nitya Sevini Mataji is coming.
Yeah, I know.
For the lecture.
She's coming
So she
on
is
Saturday,
on Sunday.
Sunday.
Will be there. Sunday
Yeah.
will be there. Okay.
I will be there on Monday. Sunday I'll be in NVCC.
Oh.
Tomorrow we have a reading program in Pimple Saudhagar.
Oh, that's very far
Afternoon.
away.
Okay, no worries. I'm just sorry for the
So you are
deviation.
going to come for the Viman Nagar? No, not to Viman Nagar this time.
No, I have to go to airport through Viman Nagar only, but it'll be Monday. Wait, let's catch up. I will chat with you offline. I'm sorry,
Sure.
disturbing
Yes,
the others with this thing. Sorry.
Sure.
Yes, Kamalni Mataji, Chanchalpati Prabhu, and after that Kamalni Mataji.
Okay, Prabhu.
He quoted the Bhagavad Gita 9.12. Mogasa Moga Karmano Moga Jnana Vichetsa. In that deluded condition, their hopes for liberation, their fruitive activities, and their culture of knowledge are all defeated.
So there is two different words, Prabhu. One is moha, another is mogha. Normally, moha means illusion. Mogha means delusion. Both are different, And Prabhupada, that's why he so nicely is differentiating that word. This line, my Guru Maharaj always used to quote repeatedly, very frequently. He would go moghasha mogha karmano. Mogha jnana means it is all wasted because we are deluded, we are being cheated, and it is being taken away. Illusion at least means we are only in illusion. It is still we are in illusion. That's all. But delusion means we are illusion, and then we are cheated also. Something which is taken away from us. Delusion. Say mogha jnana. Our jnana is stolen away. Basically, somebody is cheating us and taking away. That's a subtle difference. Yes, Prabhu, please continue.
Because Gandhi had not recognized Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Prabhupada explained to an Indian guest on one morning walk. His hopes and endeavors had been baffled. His ambition was Hindu-Muslim unity, and that was banned. His ambition was non-violence, and he was killed by violence. A person so dedicated, so nice, but he followed the wrong path. Recently, I had been to his Sevagram in Vardha. There was no Krishna, and he
So
said
why
that
did Prabhupada go there? Who knows? We read through that section.
He was invited to a conference, Prabhuji.
Gita,
by
Gita.
Vibhunoba Bhave, and he met.
Gita conference. He went there for that. And we read through those strong points that he shared, right? So nice. Yes, let's continue.
there was no Krishna, and he said that he is very fond of Bhagavad Gita. But he understood Bhagavad Gita in his own way. And in the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that as soon as you try to understand Bhagavad Gita in your own way, it is finished. Nasht. Nashta yogo nashta parantapa. So nasht. What is nasht? What is the use of? Suppose if I supply you something which is spoiled, what benefit you will derive? Therefore, no benefit is derived by the people in general, either from Gandhi or Vinoba Bhave or Tilak, because it was nasht. Just like you are hungry, if you get some real food, you will understand. The example is these American and European boys. They are simply chanting Hare Krishna, and you see how they are advanced. But you won't take. That is your fault. You have manufactured your own way of life. Otherwise, Hare Krishna is India's gift, but you won't take it.
So, before we proceed further, I just wanted to reflect upon this one important. You can scroll up a little bit, Mataji. See, this is something very interesting. While Prabhupada was always strong, or even Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur also, yesterday was his disappearance day, by the way. You see, in this world, normally, the impact of your words, strong words also is there. Only when you are seen as, only when you are accepted as a successful person in this world, by this world, isn't it? If the same thing is spoken by someone who did not have success in his hand, they'll just laugh it off and say he's a lunatic person and go away. Right? Prabhupada had that success in his hand, like he's saying this, right? You won't talk what is that? The example is these American European boys. Right? That is his proof of his success. So this is a very difficult thing in this material world, that unless and until you are you have a proof in hand, maybe you have the authority, or you are you have been given the authority, or you are in a very authoritative position, or you may be successful and you are showing your success through your opulence, exhibiting your opulence, etc., etc. No, you come in a very very opulent car, you will be accepted as someone very successful, isn't it, in this world? So that is how this world sees you. The same Prabhupada, when he was not having any of this success and he was going to every desk, he was table, they were going and trying to distribute to the tea shops and all, they were just ignoring him. And now when he is successful, these people, like, you can't even what do you call, you can't even stop him. Like they are running behind him like bees running towards honey. No? So that is what the this material world does thing. But then that's the nature of this world. We can't help it. But Prabhupada is using it in the right way. He is not after success, but he utilizes the weakness of the materialistic people to teach them in their own language, basically. You want success? Only then you will listen. Come on, this is my success. Now you listen. You get what I'm saying? Right, Prabhu, Gaurav Prabhu? So this is where Prabhupada is so genius, that everything that the materialists are weak, have a weakness towards, and you utilize that towards this thing. Like prasadam, they have a weakness towards it. Right? So he said, okay, you have weakness towards prasadam. Let me supply in boundless levels, limitless prasadam I will give you. So this is how he. It's not wrong. You want to eat? Come on, you take as much as you want. People want to enjoy. You want to dance? You enjoy. In unlimited dance, you can enjoy it, right? So wherever there is and Prabhupada always says in his purport in Bhagavatam also, you have propensity to read. So there is unlimited reading material available with us, the reading literature available with us. Amazing,
So,
no?
Prabhuji,
Yes,
when
Prabhu.
you say successful, so does it mean that for others to, I mean, for us to have influence on others, we have to be successful, either materially or so when you say Prabhupada was successful, I mean, is his spiritual success you're talking about, Prabhuji, or how do we understand it,
Prabhu, success is spiritual when you see the source is Krishna. Source of the success is Krishna. Whether you are in a job, whether you are getting a lot of money or whatever, Aishwarya, name and fame, everything that you get, the moment you see Krishna's as a Krishna's hand and Krishna as a source of it, it is spiritual. And Prabhupada always saw that as thing. But the problem is materialistic people only listen from a successful person or only someone who is famous. Success is defined in these ways. You are very handsome, you are very beautiful, you are very wealthy, right? There are so many knowledgeable people are there, but they have to be accepted by the society as knowledgeable, right? And in different ages, in the different ages, that acceptance of of the people by the society changes. It keeps changing, right? Like say 50 years ago, someone is accepted as a famous person, maybe when he is garlanded and so many people are coming. Like Gandhi is like that only he became famous, right? And then only after you see someone as famous, you start hearing about them, looking at how they are, isn't it, Prabhu? Like their background, etc., etc. They hear about today. Suddenly, NRN was here. Narayana Murthy was here in the Pune campus. So everybody was rushing to take selfie, and all that. No, it's like he's 39 years old and he's like still he is coming and having meetings and all with people here. And we were also watching him. They are taking pictures and all that. So it's a one for memory, no. So they have their thing. So he became successful in this material world, and that's why people are all running behind, like running behind him like bees, right? Bees to honey. So this is the nature of this world. But I'm not saying that you have to only show like run behind the success so that you will be heard. That is not how. That's why Prabhupada is different, right? See, I'm telling this from a practical perspective. Now they are all running behind Narayana Murthy. After he leaves, everybody has to leave one day. After he leaves, are they going to celebrate his Vyas Puja every year? Are they going to do go to Aarti every year? Right? They will probably on his whatever Infosys Foundation Day, they'll just have something, whatever, and only few people will be there. Nobody will even care. There are so many people who are coming and establishing their life, uh, and they go away, and nobody is remembered. Ratan Tata came. He was even bigger this thing than NRN. And he went away. One day there was so many obituaries and everything was there. But after that, forgotten, right? So that's a difference between how spiritual success and material success. Spiritual success, it is always continuous. That's why what is that shloka? My opulence will always stay with the devotee. It will never be destroyed. Krishna says that. Because two these things that destroys. Recently, Devakinandan Prabhu took a nice verse. Um, what is that? Na kar khichid mat parashant rupe. My opulence, the devotees, the opulence that the devotees get by devotional service, it will not be destroyed. All the opulences in this world are destroyed by um, two important things. Can you search for that verse and pick it up? Na karhichit. Or I will search. I have it at my thing. It's in third canto. It is Kapil Muni speaking to Devahuti. Oh, why should I search for Ashanta Rupe? Yeah, 3:25:38. you see that, see, devotees who receive such transcendental opulences are never bereft of them. So there are two things that destroys our opulences. Weapons can destroy the opulence. Weapons means any kind of weapons, right? You have say a diamond, for example, that's an opulence. So you get a hammer with that weapon, you can break it and it is destroyed. It can be crushed to pieces and destroyed, right? So and then not the change of time can destroy such opulences. So change of time normally it destroys, right? Normally the change of time, when time changes, our opulences are destroyed. But devotees' opulence are never destroyed by these two things, right? You can use a knife and you can use a stone and break it. Anything is a weapon. You can, I have, there's some TV or something is there, you just throw a stone, it will be broken. But for devotees, neither of these two things can destroy the opulence, their opulence. And what is their greatest opulence? They are completely at peace with this world. That peace nobody can destroy, right? They are completely happy. They are completely satisfied with what they have. That nobody can destroy. Their love for Krishna, right? That satisfaction. You're joyful. Always you're joyful. You're very happy, right? I was just talking with some of our devotee friends here in the campus. Our, Gaurav Prabhu, all our devotees, they had come. We had a 1.5 hours discussion after my office work was over. Just now they are going away, Jaina, Prabhu, and all of them. So they all know that I have all this pain all over my body. They know, so some of them were having, they were also complaining about this, and one of the other devotees were telling that you have this some therapy is working little bit, it is showing change and all that. And I told them, see, every therapy has its some use, something is there, some benefit will be there, some cure it will give, but that is only very little. It will not give you the complete cure. So if you want, you just take the complete cure, Sri Krishna Rasayanam Pipa. Krishna, Sri Krishna Divya Aushadam. Then you are completely free of all the other thing. And the greatest thing is it doesn't cost you anything. Kaudina lage dam, right? So this is the beauty. And why the weapons and time does not destroy the devotee opulences? Because they have accepted me as their friend, relative, son, preceptor, all those things. That is the main reason they are not bereft of their possessions. They are not bereft of their possessions. The material things are not the possessions. Their house, their car, they may get destroyed, but their peace of mind and steadiness and that steadiness of their consciousness, no, that cannot be destroyed. That is a real opulence, right? Always keeping a car and making all night you are asleep or you are not able to sleep. Oh, something might happen. Something might happen. That is not opulence at all. You are not able to even sleep peacefully. And Maharaj once told us, even if you are a millionaire, this is the greatest opulence, to have nice hot khichdi prasad in your plate. You can't have this opulence. You're running around meetings. You can't even sit in your own home and eat your prasadam, eat the prasadam hot in the khichdi. You can't do that. Then what is the use? So this is really nice point. I was just thought it came. Let's go back to our thing.
Prabhuji, what is
This
the
verse
meaning
is
of this
yes, sorry, Swapna. Sorry,
precept?
Mataji.
No, just in this Bhagavad Gita, sorry, Bhagavatam verse, what is the meaning of this preceptor and benefactor?
Preceptor means guide, spiritual master.
And benefactor?
Benefactor is Bhoktaram Yajnata Prasam Suhrudam Sarvabhutanam, no? That well-wisher. Their benefactor means one who gives benedictions.
Okay.
One who does good to you, well-wisher. Priya Atma Sudascha. That Priya word is very important. They are very, very dear to me. Esham aham priya atma sutascha sakha guru suhridah daivam ishtam. The same bhav is exhibited by the Dwarkavasis also, if you remember, in first canto 11th chapter, right? Aho sanata bhavatasma yadvayam traivishta, no, not that one. Bhavayanastam bhavavishwa bhavana tvameva matata suhrutpati pita. You are our father, you are our pati, you are our suhrit, you are our guru, everything this is. Tum satam sadgurur naha paramam cha daivatam. You are the param daivatam also. Yasyanu kritino babhuvima. We have become successful because of this relationship with you. If we are able to relate to you in all these ways, become successful. So nobody in this world can judge us as success or a failure. It's we who have to. The whole world will say you are a failure. But you should accept that you are a successful person. That is more important, right? Sorry, Swapna Mataji, you have raised your hand for why? I'm sorry, I don't know if your
No,
question
no,
is still there.
Prabhuji. No, it's not. It was not a question. I wanted to share something.
Yes, please,
We
Mataji.
spoke. We spoke about the success and the weaknesses. So, my experience. Can I share during this book distribution? What about the weaknesses I observed?
I know you must be every day. You must be enjoying so much nectarian experiences. Looking forward to hearing.
Uh,
Is it that same pair, you and Harsha Mataji?
yes, yes, Prabhuji. We are only two of here in Pimpli Guru. So
Hmm.
usually, and one more Prachi Mataji also comes, but we
Rashi
are the
Mataji?
one. Prachi Mataji, yes. So
From where?
she's also from Pimplegura only, stays near
Oh, okay, okay, okay. There is
Harsha
one.
Mataji's house. So Prabhuji, yeah, for me, uh, online book distribution was there, and over there the experiences was that the Krishna gives the intelligence कि सामने वाले का weakness क्या है. So
Hmm.
some people they have the weakness about dharma, some they have about donating to some beautiful
Hmm.
cause,
Hmm.
and some about like they have their own things. So Krishna, while calling, Krishna gives the intelligence ki how to talk. Their weaknesses he shows, and after we talk, it comes the way. Ki some
Hmm.
people they like to do something about dharma, so we'll talk
Hmm.
about that. It is that way.
Hmm.
So somebody they want to do annadam, so their
Hmm.
weakness is annadam.
Hmm.
So we can use it for food for life.
Hmm.
So these things. So weaknesses you pointed out, I found it very nice because Krishna was helping me with the service in that way. The by pointing out the weaknesses. Some
It's actually, you don't see those as weaknesses, Mataji. Those are actually, told in a lighter vein, but actually, it is weakness should not be taken in the literal sense. It is not just the weakness, but it is that is the way in which they have an opportunity to connect with Krishna.
okay,
You
Prabhuji.
understand? That
Yes,
is the opening where they have for Krishna to receive Krishna,
okay,
right?
beautiful. Yes,
Yeah.
Prabhuji.
I was in my team, this all Maharashtra area, no? So in my team, I normally don't tell about Krishna consciousness and all to my team members. I'd like to tell myself. So yesterday I was talking to one of my team members, and there's a girl
Hmm.
uh, who didn't come to the team lunch.
Hmm.
So I I kind of just checked why she's not coming. So this other girl who is also lead, she told that oh, no, she's very particular about eating outside. She doesn't take anything outside because she's a vegetarian. She wants to look at each and everything pure vegetarian is there or not. She doesn't want to like to sit next to the meat eaters and all that she was telling. So I wondered who is this? Maybe is he ISKCON devotee or something. So I didn't tell myself ISKCON devotee. So I just called to find out why she didn't come because it's a client meeting and all that. So I asked, where did it come? She said, oh no, so, yeah, this other girl was telling me that this other of a friend is telling me that you are not eating. She said, oh no, no, yeah, I don't eat outside because I am a Brahmin from Brahmin family. We have, what is that, Prabhu? Again and again I missed that. Konkanasta Brahman is in Maharashtra, huh? Sabna
Yes,
Mataji?
Prabhuji.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So she was telling that we were that way. I don't like on these things, and she was telling I just she has 2-year-old child she has. So she was telling over phone we were talking. So she was telling that. I teach Ramayana to my kid. I like to read Ramayana and this Bhagavad Gita. If Ram and Krishna are doing this and all those things, she was telling lot of things. She was talking. Okay, ek bakra mil gaya. Somebody to talk about Krishna. So I mean, so I was talking to her about the thing without telling about Krishna. I told her I also go to some temples. I discuss Bhagavad and all with my friends. Like that, I was telling. So then she told him, how do you manage it? I told her, yeah, I'm happy to hear that you are also this. Everybody's eating everything here. I was finding it difficult. But so I was telling her like that. And she said, oh, then later I told her, I asked, do you eat onion garlic? It's an indirect way of finding out whether they are ISKCON. They just boiled down to only two categories, no, either Jain or ISKCON. So I just told that, do you take onion and garlic? Then she said, no, no, I take onion and garlic occasionally, but then I don't take on festival days and an important function day. So I said, okay, fine. So I said, I go to these places, I do some of these. So the next day she comes. She sees me. I don't wear tilak when client is all there.
Office.
So not because of the client, but people unnecessarily have some prejudices, whatever, right? So she comes and first thing she asks is, "Are you connected with ISKCON by any chance?" I
Amazing.
not told her. Then she said, "Yeah, kind of." I said, what basically I want to come. It wanted to come from them, because sometimes they have some negative perception about ISKCON, and they see that their manager is a thing, then it will unnecessarily create some panga, right? So I said, yeah, kind of. I go like that. Then she said, they have a beautiful temple in Pune, I go there. Then okay, said, okay, fine, you are coming. So I mean to say, different ways to connect with people.
Let her come to if she comes to Kunjbihari on Monday, she will be shocked.
Yeah. She will say, okay, fine, fine, let me not connect with you. But the good thing is that at least that connect is there, So we have to, and seeing that girl, this other girl who was telling about this girl, she was telling, oh, my father and mother is a Varkari Sampradaya, my father is strict. She follows Tukaram and all very much. Then I kind of struck some deal because somewhere we should have some common ground where we can connect with people, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So
Thank
when
you.
it is more, they are all having children, they are all worried about their future. So we can tell some things which connect with them. So like that you can connect, Mataji, but this is not a weakness. I told about this example to say that this is their strength actually. In other words,
Yes.
that is the way through which they are getting the opening to receive Krishna. If not,
Yes,
they
Prabhuji.
would be just doing simply vegetarianism. What's the use, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, Prabhuji.
So
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
one other team member was complaining to me for 1 hour, 2 hours. I was like trying to console her. Salary is not that. This is not that. That is not that. Team members. So many problems she was cribbing. Finally, I was tied up and I told her that, do you read Bhagavad Gita? I asked her, do you have faith in God? I asked. I have kind of. Do you read Bhagavad Gita? No, she said. Look, go and read Bhagavad Gita. You will have a good sleep and cut the call. So what can we do? Anyway, so Swapna Mataji, so we can, that's nice thing that you are doing, what is book distribution things, and also it's not a weakness, it's a strength, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. I receive that.
Otherwise, what we'll see, we will see them in a, we'll see them in a lower rung kind of. Actually, that should be their greatness. When I told our devotees later, hey, today I met NRN and all. oh, he's a karma yogi, right? Prabhu, whatever it is, he may be a karma yogi or karma bhogi, whatever it may be, but the end is buddhir buddhimata masmi tejas tejas vinamaham. If he has some opulence, you respect him for the that opulence. You see that opulence as Krishna, and you respect him for that. How does it matter? So then they're talking about hey, how he leads a simple. Then I was telling them in Bangalore, he's a 2 BHK. Even after becoming multi-billionaire, still he is in the same 2 BHK. He doesn't have maid servants at home. They was, he doesn't have maid servants at home. हमारे तो maid servants के बिना काम नहीं चलेगा. Then I told I also don't have maid servants at home. How do you manage? How do you do that? That is what his life is. So sometimes we are stuck with so much. We have a virtual what do you call? A virtual cage around us, a cage around us that we think that we cannot do without it. Then then they themselves realize and mate तो थोड़ा ये तकलीफ पड़ेगा ना कुछ समय ऐसा होता है कि they are not coming, then we are totally dependent on them and all these things. They accept. Right, that. So that is the where you little in small doses you can give. Yes, Gaurav Prabhu.
Prabhuji, just wanted to share one thing. I think couple of months back we discussed I mean you washing your own clothes yourself, right? So I got inspired by that and I started after that. I'm feeling very confident because the clothes are very clean, and when I wear them, I know that I myself cleaned them. So हमें पता है प्रभु दाग कहाँ पे है, washing machine को नहीं पता है. So that way it was inspiring, Prabhuji.
Yeah, even here also in the room, I just find a way. And I will tell you a very interesting thing, Prabhu. I enter the ECC, Employee Care Center, and the housekeeping comes and knocks the door. Now, I open the door, and the moment I see there's a nice tilak on, and as soon as he saw me tilak, he said, "Hare Krishna, Prabhu." Inside it was his scalpers. And then he says, I asked him, "Oh, Prabhu, you're from here." He's from Nigadi temple. And his name is Amrita Mahotsav Das.
Hari bol, Hari bol.
And he taught me how to dry the clothes. Like, I mean, here always there is nothing here to dry. We have to go to the laundromat and all that. I don't do that. So I wash my clothes. In here, he took out the hangers and he said there are these places where the curtains you can remove and put it on hanger. Oh no, it just dries so easily. And he goes this entire floor singing Hare Krishna mantra and cleaning. So I keep hearing his kirtan while I'm in the morning chanting. He comes and he talks to me, and such a nice. And he comes by bicycle 15 kilometers and goes back by 15 bicycle. So this is such a beautiful thing. And security people, Prabhu, when they see your Kantimala, they say Hare Krishna to you. So this is how everywhere. Such a nice thing. Yes, Prabhu, sorry. You were talking about this washing the clothes. Yes, sorry.
yes, Prabhu. No, Prabhu, we can continue.
No, I mean Maharaj will be so pleased with you because Maharaj used to scold us. You people are Kali Yuga products. You don't know how to wash clothes also. His clothes, Prabhu, he will not let any of us touch also. Even at 85, 90 years old, he will, anything else he will let us do, putting on the slippers, and then taking the car, taking him on a ride, all those things he will let us do. But clothes alone, he will not let us wash, not even touch. So you are Kali Yuga products, you don't know how to wash. That's why that washing the clothes with devotion, that message I think I've posted in our group some time ago, no? You have read that?
No, Prabhu, I didn't actually. I think there was a I don't recollect, but there was a Grantaraj email also mentioning that.
No, Grantaraj email only I'm talking about. If you search in the app, washing clothes with devotion, it will be there.
Okay.
You try that. I got some instructions from Maharaj and I posted it there. It was going around a lot, I think. So that is, I thought that's what, even Ramvilas Prabhu, I told him about this, you have to bend down and rinse. So he was telling, hey, this is a nice idea. He wanted to try. So the next day he went and he was bending down and you said like that he was rinsing and everything. And Prabhu, This is so nice, Prabhu. Really, because in the early morning when I was doing this rinsing and all, and squeezing, rinsing and all that thing I was doing, my bowel movement was much better, Prabhu. I could get. So he was really thankful for that thing. Mm, yeah. Nice, Prabhu. Yeah. So anything else? Prabhu's Mataji's.
I was hearing in
So,
one lecture, Prabhu,
mhm.
there were two brahmacharis who went to Italy and they went to Rome. So it has Vatican there. So I mean, they had some program and they came out. So जो प्रसाद था वो खत्म हो गया. There was no center there. So they also had this tilak on, and they were thinking that अभी कुछ fruit वगैरह ले लेते हैं, काम चला लेंगे. So somebody came to me and Hare Krishna Prabhu, my name is Ekadashi Das, and I run a cafe here, a restaurant here. Please come have prasad. So it was like that. So they said, I mean, devotees are everywhere, and you can find just like I mean, somebody found, yeah, I mean, the housekeeping staff
such a
found him.
beautiful thing Prabhupada has created. No, that is why we are all here because of him. Yeah, thank you, Prabhu. So, who is continuing reading? You are reading, no, Prabhu?
No, Chanchalpati Prabhu was reading.
Chanchalpati Prabhu was reading. Okay, okay. So, Kamalni Mataji,
Hare Krishna Prabhu, pranams Prabhu.
Pranam Mataji, we are waiting to hear from you. You can read.
Krishna.
Sorry, Chanchalpati provided only little bit, I think.
Let him continue for a while, otherwise, Prabhuji, no problem.
No problem. No problem.
No, I have to get into a meeting, so we may not be able to continue further. So
Okay.
let's finish off in say about 5-8 minutes and then started a little late. Yes, Mataji. Suresh
What
Prabhu is
is
not
the
here, no?
what is the weakness?
Suresh Prabhu is not here. What is the
What
weakness?
is the
Please go ahead.
weakness? Sorry, Prabhu. What is the weakness in the Indian society? A visiting gentleman asked. They have got bad leaders, Prabhupada replied. Rascal leaders just like Mahatma Gandhi.
My God.
He misled her. No.
Just
Prabhupada said
imagine
there.
YouTube was there in those days. It would have been really. I would rather say Prabhupada escaped the scrutiny, you know. Of course, nobody could touch a pure devotee, but Kali Yuga, we don't know, right? Yes, please continue, Mataji.
He did not know how to lead, what to speak of others. They do not know. I saw this Vinoba Bhave. He does not know anything and he has become a leader. I saw in his ashram about 1 dozen women. They are reciting Bhagavad Gita. That's all. For the last 40 years, he is working on Bhagavad Gita, and the result is some 40 women reciting Bhagavad Gita. This is the result. So, what they will do? They do not know how to lead. And he has written one book on Bhagavad Gita, and that is also not according to Bhagavad Gita, but he has become a great leader. That is going on.
1 minute, Mataji. Chitra Mataji, I think you're getting a call, so you can probably pause and just answer them, or how do you want?
That I'll do
Just,
from the file. That's okay. No problem.
yeah, okay, Mataji. Yeah. So please continue, Kamalini Mataji.
Prabhupada mentioned that I had told him that Vinoba Bhave had declared that he was going to fully retire and endeavor for moksha. That means till now he
Little bit
was
down,
not on the
Prabhu.
liberation platform. Oh my God. Krishna. He pointed
Hmm.
out. Vinoba Bhave is really a Brahman, another man said. Yes, I know that, Prabhupada responded. That may be. Brahman is Sattvaguna. That may be. But that does not mean liberation. But there is knowledge. At least he understands what is liberation and what is not. So if he is trying for becoming liberated, it is understood that he was not liberated. Now our point is that if you are not liberated, how you can become a leader? That is cheating. In a Prabhupada really. In a conversation a month later in Bhubaneswar, Prabhupada said, recently I went to Wardha, Mahatma Gandhi's ashram. Nobody is there. and they are worshipping Mahatma's lantern and Mahatma's chadar. Not a single picture of Krishna, he chuckled. There is not a single picture of Krishna, and in Bhagavad Gita it is said, Bhajate Mam Ananya Bhak. This is going on. And again in Juhu in April, he said, recently I had been to Vinoba Bhave's ashram, and there is no Krishna, and he is writing Bhagavad Gita, pravachan or something like that. Even in Gandhi's ashram, Vardha, Gandhi's lantern is being worshipped. And where is Krishna? The Bhagavad Gita's instruction is Mamekam Sharanam Raja, surrender to Krishna. And they are worshipping Gandhi's lantern. It's very nice place. How to be developed as a Krishna conscious center. But they have given up this idea.
Yeah, further continue, Mata. Scroll
Should
up,
I
please.
continue, Prabhuji?
Yeah, I will read one more paragraph and end. Yeah, I mean this particular incident will read and end.
Prabhupada's disciple Amok Leela Das, who was assisting me in Juhu, did not have much personal association with Prabhupada, but one morning he joined him for his morning walk. Because Prabhupada wasn't feeling well, instead of going to Juhu beach, he walked on the rooftop above his quarters at the back of Hare Krishna land, and Amok Leela took the opportunity to join him. I heard that you quoted a saying that anyone who goes to Lanka becomes a Ravana, and that similarly, when devotees come to India, they become Ravana. Both places Ravana. Okay. Amok Leela said to him, can you explain what you mean and how we can avoid that happening? Ask the leader, Prabhupada replied. I was saying that in all our other branches, our devotees manage the cooking and kitchen. There was no question of hiring or paying someone to do the work in the temple. The devotees would do everything: cut the vegetables, cook the prasada, wash the pots, clean the kitchen, do the laundry, clean the bathrooms. But as soon as they come here, they become Bada Sahibs, big masters. That is Ravana. Why do they not do here? Here we have to keep some cook who is neither initiated nor very clean. In all other branches, the boys and girls manage everything.
A very, very important lesson, huh? Very important lesson. In the name of our bigger services, we think that we can avoid all these.
So the solution Amok Leela proposed is to follow your instruction to chant the holy name and follow the regulations more strictly. That means Ravana, Prabhupada retorted. He's asking. I'm repeatedly saying to follow, and he's asking. That means he's a Ravana. Why are you inquiring? If you know this is the solution, why don't you do it? Therefore, I say, ye Lankaya
say hi Ravan.
Harai Ravana. Anyone who comes to Lanka, he becomes Ravana.
So this is a very, very deep message. Huh? Anyone who comes to Lanka is not physically coming to Lanka. Who is meditating on Ravana, they become Ravana. You see? So the moment you inquire, itself means that should I follow? Like that, if you ask itself means it is no surrender. That's what Prabhupada is saying. To that extent is the surrender is there. You don't even have to ask. Implicitly you know you have to do it. Right? So this is a very interesting thing because Maharaj told a very interesting incident about his childhood days. He said when he was in the school, one of his class teachers, very nice teacher. So his last day was one particular day. He was supposed to. The next day was the last day. So he told the children, all of them, children, today is my last day. I am leaving now, like that. So Maharaj went to. We were about 10 years old, 8 years old boy maybe. So he went and told his mother that my teacher is leaving tomorrow. That's all he told. Then his mother immediately gave him one dhoti, packed dhoti, and told him that you go and offer this thing to your teacher, right? So here the teacher also is not asking, please give. And the mother also knows implicitly that we have to give. There is no question of should I give? Are they going, or it's an option not to give? When you are asking, should I give itself means that you are looking for another option B of there is a way to not to give. So that is the level of the implicit understanding, that is very important. So with Krishna also the same thing. So we can't ask, should I surrender? Surrender, that's all. There's no question. Yes, Mataji, please continue. The next two paragraphs have been stop.
So Amoklila started going around saying, Srila Prabhupada wants us to do all the cooking ourselves. We should get rid of the hired people. The next morning, our local GBC told Amoklila that he had informed Prabhupada how Amoklila was telling devotees that we should get rid of all the hired help, and that Srila Prabhupada had said, who is this Amoklila? Why is he creating a disturbance? Prabhupada wanted us to know, be convinced that if we just followed his instructions, the process that he had given, all the problems would be solved. And we should apply such instructions intelligently according to time, place, and circumstances, as Prabhupada did.
Hari bol. If you come down, is it any more further there? If you come down? No, below that. Oh, it's the next chapter. Preaching in Prayag and Bombay. Okay. So we'll stop with this. Nice way to end the thing. And tomorrow, Krishna willing, Prabhu's Mataji will have our Narad Muni as at our usual time. Because this, my office laptop, our Teams is working, and also my program, my class, our Bhagavatam program is only in the afternoon. I think 10:30 to 11:30 will continue to have our Narad Muni. So I'll post that message in the group. So Krishna willing will stop with this. And thank you for that highlight, Mataji. It's very helpful, that bookmark. Anything from anyone before we close?
One doubt, Prabhuji, you are in the corporate this thing. So you are in the managerial level. When you go for the lunches and all, how do you manage, Prabhuji?
That's an interesting question. This whole week I was having that thing, but what I do is I silently ask them to prepare some Jain item to the. Actually, you can openly also ask, but I just don't want to make it as a big thing for them. But I just tell them that just prepare a Jain item, 1 or 2 items. So rice is there, roti is there, that nothing. But with that dal and sabji, something, you just manage it. So when somebody asks me, I just say, I don't take all these things for health reasons only. Because they are all so much in that booze business, so all those things. So they will have their own bakwas to speak about. And I don't want to get into all those things. And I say, like Monday we went, they were running one after another, one after another. I was having my lassi in my hand, and another Jain manager is there. He was having his jaljeera in his hand. You are the only two people who were like, thing. All others were like, they are one after another. The thing goes, and they start speaking nice, more and more great things about themselves. One was telling, do you believe in spirits? That other person says, no, I don't know about spirits, but I think that I am that when I am, sometimes I feel that I was the one, that Nero, no, who was playing flute when Rome was burning. So he was telling that I am that same person in my last life. So like that. So this other one said, I can see spirits and all that. So I was thinking, one other preg goes inside, then they will say, I am Krishna also. So, so Krishna must be smiling. But anyway, I'm with them. Maharaj always told us that you are with them only for business. You are not there to preach them and all that. Right? We are not. If you have to preach, you have to be a full-time devotee to go and preach. You can't work there and get their money and then preach to them a thing. That will be like a real backfire thing. So I don't normally tell anybody. But when they are coming with trouble, I will quote something which is very generic, or something Bhagavad Gita, which is like anybody will be able to understand for their particular situation. So yesterday somebody was telling that, so one person is so arrogant and we're just taking think about knowledge, they are too arrogant and all that. Then I shared with them this Namante Falino Vrikshaha, Namante Kunino Janaha, that shloka I told. Immediately they said, yes, yes, it is very right, it's very right. So something we have to give from touch you have to give. Frankly speaking, beyond their office thing, they may have something, some kind of a touch of spirituality in their own way. We are not here to judge anybody. But the important thing is that we should not make this as a unnecessary binding for these people, whether you're liking binding or unliking or disliking binding, whichever way it is. It should not unnecessarily come in the way of our working relationship, you see, official interactions. So unfortunately, people are mature and they will frame you with whatever is their perception. And for us, with all the work and other things that we have, we don't have time to fight their perception, you see. We just continue with our thing. And they don't have to give us a salary raise just because we are a ISKCON devotee. Nor we don't want them to unnecessarily have a bad relationship with us because we are ISKCON devotees. Because they may have some different experiences. We are good at giving all kinds of experiences to people. Right? So yeah, that's how it is. We have to be somehow or other pray to. My Guru Maharaj told us very clearly, don't go and talk about Krishna and this and that and in your this office is not a place for preaching. You can't do all those things. Come home, take a nice snan, put on tilak and jump to the roof and floor how much ever you want and dance. That's your house. Nobody can question you. But in the office, you cannot do all these kind of things. And then I'm changing the whole office. Who knows? Because it is not a, as it is, these companies and all these offices, they are not a place for, they are karmi people. You have to work as a karmi there. You are paid for working as a karmi, not as a devotee. In the sense, not for practicing something which is your personal thing, right? If they are influenced and they like your work, and if they ask you what it is, then you tell them that the Bhagavad Gita only helped me, these things helped me, and like that. Yes, yes, Mataji. Lalita.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Is the recording off, Prabhuji?
No, Mataji, you want it to be off?
Yes, Prabhuji, just I want to. Yeah.
Yes, I will in this thing, but yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, that